back to my channel. As always, I am very excited for today's video, and this one is a long time coming. I know if you've been on my channel before, then you've probably noticed that I've taken a very long hiatus, and that is due to a couple of reasons that I will get into in just a second. But before I go over that, if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Samantha, or Sammy for short, and I'm a certified personal trainer as well as a weight loss specialist. So if any of that is of any interest to you, then please hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be informed when I upload all of my future content. You can also go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sammy for short. Now, with all that being said, let's get into today's video. You can tell from the title, today's video is just a little update about where I've been, as well as what I'm going to be doing on this channel from here on out. And very exciting, I'm going to be sharing my InBody scan results with you guys. Let's just start with the obvious update. Where the hell have I been? Because it's been a little bit. I had started a second job, so many of you know I am a personal trainer at a gym, but I also took up a summer job as a bartender, and that was so much fun. Like, I really enjoyed the skills I learned from it. I enjoyed being there, but it got to be so much because by the end of the season I was the only bartender there because everyone else went back to college, and I don't do that. So I was working literally every single day, Sunday through Saturday, by myself, plus I was still training on top of that, plus I was still taking care of my son, and I just never prioritized filming or editing or any of that stuff. I'm sure I could have fit it in there somewhere, but I really just prioritized my mental health and my physical health as much as I could through that time. However, with all of that being said, not only was that why I was not on YouTube or doing socials as much, but it also had caused me to get out of shape. Like, nothing crazy. I definitely gained a bit of weight though from eating a lot of the bar food because it was for free. And I also didn't, go grocery shopping or anything because I didn't know when to fit that in all the time. So I wasn't grocery shopping, I wasn't meal prepping, I was eating all the food at the bar. I wasn't working out as much as I would have liked. I had almost no energy. I was so tired all the time. So it definitely caused me to physically see some differences. Again, nothing crazy, but I didn't feel my best. I didn't look my best. And it was just really... It's been something I've wanted to get back into, and now that the bar is finally over, I stopped it about 2 weeks ago. I've just been on a great grind, and I'm so happy about it. And about a week and a half ago, I actually did an InBody scan. We had an InBody scan in our gym, and my team lead was showing me how to use it, and so his way of showing me how to use it was just have me step on it and do one myself. So that is what I did, and I'll be honest, I didn't love the results. They didn't surprise me. And they didn't make me feel too bad, but it definitely just confirmed what I had suspected throughout the course of the summer with my lifestyle and habits kind of changing. So I'm going to share those results with you today, kind of explain a little bit more what an InBody scan is, and then I'm going to make a super special announcement at the end of this video, so stay tuned. So what is an InBody scan? Well, an InBody scan, and I'm sure there's different brands and different names of this, but it's basically a scale that gives you more details than just your weight. Obviously, you can step on a scale and the number could mean so many different things. Someone who is 5'10" is probably never going to weigh as much as I weigh, or as little as I weigh, I guess, because I'm only 5 feet tall. But a lot of times people think the number is only indicating how much fat they have on their body, when in reality it's telling you it's based off of your height, it's based off of, for women, boobs and your butt size, it's based off of how much muscle you have, how much water you're holding, things of that nature. So you can't just assume, like, I feel like so many people step on a normal scale and they think like, oh my gosh, I gained 5 pounds, it's all in my stomach. That's not how that works. It's truly not how it works. And these type of scans still don't give you all of the information. I actually really wish that I really wish scans like this were made more for women, in the sense where, like, I stepped on it when I was on my period, so the results were definitely different than they would normally be, but there's no way to, like, calculate in there, like, oh yeah, I have my period, so, like, just remember that that's gonna affect the body fat, or even just the fact that you have boobs and a butt, like, that's going to affect how much body fat it says you have and whether or not that's right for you. So it is still something to just take with a grain of salt. However, it is way better to utilize as motivation to do some type of workout program than a normal scale would be. I have my results right here. So basically I'm going to go over all of this, and something that's really cool is they're going to bring the InBody scan back in a couple of weeks. So you have 6 weeks to kind of challenge yourself, either working with a personal trainer, or for me, I'm just going to be working on my own and try to challenge myself to see if the results change at all, hopefully in a positive way. But again, I'm not giving too much credence to it. I really do still just want to base off how I'm feeling, but the results definitely can let me know that this is why I'm not feeling the way that I would like. So for starters, the InBody scan is going to tell you your body composition analysis. So what does that mean? It's basically breaking up how much you weigh into different categories, such as your water weight. But not only does it go into your water weight, it's going to talk about your intracellular water and your extracellular water. Your intracellular water is inside your cells. Your extracellular water is outside of those cells. And then it also goes into dry lean mass and then body fat mass. So dry and lean mass is going to be more of like your muscle mass, and then body fat mass is how much body fat you have. So overall, during the time of this scale, I weighed 126 pounds. That is a bit heavier than the last time I stepped on it, but the last time I stepped on a scale was about 6 months ago. And that was probably when I was in the best shape of my life, and it was before I worked at the pool bar and got into the bad habits that I just spoke about. I also, like I said earlier, was on my period during this. So I'm hoping that when it goes back in 6 weeks, that's not a bad weight for me. I would just like to ideally be between 115 and 125 for my size. I'm only 5 feet tall, like I said. So I'm not ever going to be on the heavier side, or I'm not ever really going to be. The heaviest I ever got was when I was pregnant, and that was 148, and that's again with a pregnant belly. So I'm just not somebody that should be weighing something more than 130 something. And again, that's just personal because of my body size and build. So with that 126, 37 pounds was intracellular water, 21.8 pounds was extracellular water, and then my dry lean mass or my muscle mass was 21.8 pounds. And then my body fat mass was 45.3 pounds. So my total body water weight combined to 58.9 pounds, and then my lean body mass made up 80.7 pounds. Then it goes further into it, and it goes into muscle fat analysis. So basically it was telling me again my weight was 126, and that is on the higher end of average, but it is still average for the amount of people of my height that have stepped on that scale. So I just want you to know the InBody scan, it's going to give you the average based on the people your height that have stepped on the scale before. So mine was it was still in the average range, but it was towards the higher end of that average range, if that makes sense. For my skeletal muscle mass, I was average. I had 44.1. And then my body fat mass was above average, and that was 45.3. So I definitely had a bit more body fat than I would like. Now, obviously, I kind of already knew that. I know I'm not the leanest person in the world, but it was slightly discouraging to see. But again, I'm not super hard on myself about it. Because I will be honest too, there is areas where I want to still have body fat. Obviously, you need a certain percentage of body fat just to function properly, but I also, I want a fatty, I want a dump truck, so I'm okay if I have a little bit more fat on my body. Then it goes into the obesity analysis. So my body mass index, and anyone who knows anything about training knows that your BMI really does not mean shit. Your BMI is not the thing you always want to look at. It's a good indicator, for someone who's extremely overweight, but there's so many times doctors will just look at a BMI and tell somebody who's maybe a little overweight that they're morbidly obese. It's not something I highly recommend to look off of. I'm glad that they put it towards the bottom of this paper, but just so you know, my BMI was 24.6, so it was again on the higher end of average, but still average for my height. And then my body fat percentage was 36.0, which was definitely on the above average rate. Then it goes into the segmental lean analysis. So basically that's just separating your limbs, pretty much. It's just separating the different parts of your body, how much those weigh. So my right arm was 4.17 pounds, which was at a very healthy average range for my body. And my left arm was 4.08 pounds. So again, those are both average. They weighed an average amount how they're supposed to weigh. For my trunk, which is my center, that was 38.3 pounds. And on the higher range of average, but still not bad. And then my right leg was 11.22 pounds, so that's actually on the lower end, and I should be building more muscle to have that, because you want your legs to be stronger. So that was actually on a very low end. And then my left leg was 11.18, so also on the low end of what it should be for my body. Then it goes into a breakdown of the extracellular water and your total body water. So for my extracellular water, it was a percentage of 371, and that was average, so my extracellular water was completely fine. And then it goes into body composition history, which is basically if you were to take this test over time, it'll show you like the comparison. So again, just as like a final recap, it says that I'm 126 pounds, I have 44.1 pounds of skeletal muscle mass, I have 36% body fat, and then I have about 37% extracellular water. Something that's really cool on the side here too is it tells you your basal metabolic rate. So what is your basal metabolic rate? That is the amount of calories that a person needs to consume just to sustain your body, even when you're doing no activity. So even if I was to not work out at all, not move my body much at all, be very sedentary, I at least need to eat 1,160 calories for my body. And again, this is going to change and increase to more because I am a very active person. I'm a trainer. I like to go hiking, I work out, obviously, I like to dance, I'm standing a lot, so I need to factor those things in and account for that and eat even more. So when you see that result, like when you see the basal metabolic rate, if you're trying to be active, which most people are taking that are, you are going to eat more than your basal metabolic rate. That is only a guideline for where you should be when you are not being active and if you are not an active person. So just take everything again with a grain of salt. Now, like I said, I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I'm not too upset by it. I'm not even surprised by any of it. It's very apparent to me that there's a reason why I am where I am, and it's because I wasn't doing the most physically for my body, or in terms of what I was eating, I wasn't fueling my body the best. Now, these results still aren't even terrible with all of that being said. Like, I'm not mad about it, but there are things that I want to work on. And so throughout the next 6 weeks, leading up to the next scan that I can do, I am going to challenge myself. I challenge myself to switch up my workout routine and become much more consistent. And I'm trying to challenge myself to not eat out much, because I was definitely eating a lot of the food at the bar. I'm not going to say I'm not going to eat out at all, but I'm really going to try and limit it to once a week. If I can avoid it, then great. Or if I go out, just obviously get something that's a little bit healthier of an option. I'm not starving myself, though. I'm not restricting myself completely. Trust me, I don't do that. I always want to do things that feel good for my body, but just be more mindful of what I'm eating. I want to consistently work out 5 days a week with 1 active rest day and then 1 complete rest day. I want to give myself a proper amount of sleep and rest. So I really am just listening to my body. I just want to see how healthy I can make myself feel, because I was not feeling good by the end of the summer season. So I am just trying to challenge myself through the next 6 weeks, which now leads me into my very exciting news. So I have recently launched my next workout program on my website, opshape.com. This one is called Fit for Fall. So this new routine is just to help get you kind of back on track with everything. Obviously, summer happened, everyone's on vacations and drinking and going to barbecues or whatever, like just having a good time. And so everyone's trying to get back on track with this new season. So what does this program entail? Well, it gives you a 6-day workout split, which is the same split that I will be doing for the next 6 weeks. And within those 6 days, you get 2 lower body days, 2 upper body days, an active rest day, which basically is just giving you examples of things you can do during your active rest day. And then you'll have 1 solitary rest day, and you can make those days whenever you need them to be in the week. But I do have a PDF file that tells you all the workouts, all the reps and sets. It gives you an inspirational quote of the day. It starts with a warm-up, a movement prep, resistance training, core, and a cool down. And this workout program, all of my other ones that I have up on my site, all include video links in the PDF itself, but this one I thought would be fun and different to get me back into YouTube and to just kind of have you guys follow me along for the process. Each week I will be posting a new video that will include one of the workouts. So next week my video will include the lower body routine. The week after that will include one of the upper body routines, and then continuing on with that. That way you guys can not only follow me along with the process, not only download the PDF, but you can download the PDF and then look at the video on YouTube on this channel just to figure out correct form and cues, and maybe just get a little bit of motivation when you're not really feeling like getting into the gym that day. So this plan is just really awesome. It's definitely my favorite one I've ever put out. They always just get better and better. And yes, I do put out all my workout programs for each season, but obviously you can do them any time of the year. So this one is fit for fall, but say you don't get to it until the summertime, no biggie. Just working out, moving your body, no matter what time of year it is totally fine. So not only do I have fit for fall, but I had one for the summertime that I really didn't promote all that much. It's called Hit the Beach. So that one was more high intensity interval training based. Then there was Bloom, which was just blossoming into the best version of yourself during the springtime. And then my first kind of like baby for my workout programs was called New You, which was for the winter season to become the best you that you can possibly be this year. That one has an at-home program as well as a gym program. You can go ahead onto my website, optshape.com, and purchase any or all of those workout programs if you would like. That way you just have a plethora of exercises to choose from. Ideally, I would like you to follow each program from about 6 to 8 weeks and then see how you feel. Also, while you're on my website, I just opened up some coaching sessions. So if you want to do an online coaching call with me and ask me any questions about health and fitness, and maybe give me a little bit more information about your journey, and I will be able to answer your questions as well as provide a workout plan specifically catered to you, and we would check in every couple weeks to make sure that you are right on track for those goals that you want to hit and when you want to accomplish them. So it's basically just having like an online personal trainer. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be available on Saturdays, but you will have to schedule through the website to have a call with me. 45 minutes to an hour long sessions once a week, and spots will fill up pretty quickly. So just wanted to let you guys know all about that. Big things are coming with this, not only this channel, but with my website. And if anyone's wondering, OptShape stands for Optimal Shape. So my business is called Optimal Shape. Website is optshape.com. I will leave links in the description to the website, to the programs, to all of my socials, my personal socials, as well as the business socials. And I'm just super excited for everything that's to come, because this year I'm going to finish strong with this YouTube channel. Next year, it's all about promotion and just trying to build this business and this community into the best thing that it can possibly be, not only for me, but for you guys. So I hope you're all excited about that. And that's kind of it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, comment below any questions you may have, any video ideas you may have. Share this with your friends, especially anyone that might be interested in having an online coach or going through this workout journey with me. Make sure you check out those plans on my website, specifically Fit for Fall. It's going to be such a good one. And with all that being said, I'm going to go, but before I do, I want to remind you all to stay positive, be active, and most importantly, do what keeps you healthy.